Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to World of Tanks. And as promised, as soon as I get new information about Super Conqueror or about anything else, I am going to share it with you. So in today's episode, I am going to take a little bit deeper look at Super Conqueror, upcoming tier 10 British heavy tank, and at M4A2 Sherman Loza as well, upcoming tier 6 Soviet medium tank. M4A2 Sherman Soviet. Yeah, let's go. I actually wanted to upload this episode yesterday already, but I didn't feel so good, so I had to skip that day. But I have to say sorry, because I tried to upload at least 6 times in 1 week. At least 6 uploads in 1 week, and I tried to keep that schedule as hard as I can. But it is here now, and let's take a look at this upcoming beast. It looks a really awesome tank. Because tier 9 Conqueror is already a really awesome looking tank in my opinion, and this vehicle is buffed version of it, Conqueror on steroids with some spaced armor, and hopefully this spaced armor is actually modeled in. I really do not want to rage about that if this spaced armor is not modeled in. It would be really and extremely stupid from wargaming. Because we have seen something like this happen to some other vehicles, which is, yeah, I really do not want to talk about that. But today, let's take a look at first specs on Super Conqueror from wargaming itself. This is kind of an end version of Super Conqueror, most likely. Some stats can still change because it is in the super test version or in the super test stage at the moment, but public test is not that far from us. So, gun. Let's talk about this gun. Pretty standard gun for a British heavy tank, 400 average damage, 515 with most likely this is Hesh round with 120 penetration. Yeah, I believe this is Hesh round, not regular AG round with such a high penetration. Average penetration 259 with standard rounds and 326 with premium rounds. So premium rounds are going to give you a lot more extra penetration, and 120 with Hesh most likely. Dispersion at 100 meters is really good for a heavy tank, 0.33. Aiming time is also really good, which is pretty standard for every single British tank pretty much. 2-second aiming time, average damage per minute, 2580 damage per minute. Rate of fire 6.45 rounds per minute, which equals, what is it, like 60 divided by 6.45? Let's say around 9.3 second reload time, with 100% crew most likely. Gun depression, or maybe this is even without 100% crew, I'm not sure. Gun depression -7 degrees, gun elevation 15 degrees, and I expected at least -8 degrees of gun depression. But 7 is not the worst, I have to say. So firepower, overall firepower, good accuracy, good aiming time, so you're able to take those snapshots, you're able to peak some hills, some ridge lines, and thanks to your aiming time you're able to put in really fast and nicely aimed shots with this accuracy. So I guess you're able to boost your accuracy down to 0.31, around 0.31, and you can get aiming time down to, let's say, 1.7 or 1.8 seconds. So overall firepower on Super Conqueror is actually really nice, as on FE215B, which is tier 10 British heavy at the moment. And once again, if you didn't know, this vehicle is going to replace it, but now I believe every single guy already knows that. Super Conqueror's armor, hull 152mm thick but angled, so most likely this effective armor is up to, I don't know, 250, 300, thanks to that slope that we can see from here. Sides 101, and rear armor is nothing, 38mm thick. Hit points 2350, load limit 80 tons, so let's say this vehicle is 75 tons heavy tank most likely, and ammunition capacity 40 shells, so a little bit more than on FE215B, which had huge problems keeping all its ammunition throughout the battle. So nice that they finally decided to give tier 10 British heavy a little bit more ammunition. But moving on, what do we have over here? Turret armor is 279 in the front, so pretty much impenetrable. I would say pretty much impenetrable. 88 on the sides and 69 in the rear. But once again, if this is actually a spaced armor, if this is actually a working spaced armor, then it might do some quite sexy work versus HE, versus heat, and so on. But what else do we have over here? Turret speed 32 degrees per second, signal range 750 average, and view range 400 meters, which is awesome. 400 meters is always awesome. And finally, mobility, engine power 950 horsepower engine. Specific power thanks to the weight is not the best. 1, 2, 3, 4. A nice number, but it is not so nice on the battlefield. Yeah, I think this tank is going to be, if load limit is 80 tons, this tank most likely is going to be around 75 tons heavy tank. But really not huge fan of this specific power actually. And traverse speed also quite bad, 26 degrees per second, top speed 34.3 and reverse speed 12 kilometers per hour. So mobility, yeah, quite garbage, if I may say so. So firepower, overall firepower, as I said, I like it, I actually do like it. The armor, thanks to that slope, spaced armor, turret frontal armor is strong. Armor, overall armor, I can say, survivability is also pretty good, but mobility is its weakness in my opinion. So this was my first look at this upcoming tier 10 British heavy tank. And now let's take a quick look at FE215B as well, and let's compare it to the Super Conqueror. DPM on FE is better. Yes, firepower, weaponry, on everything under here on FE215B was godlike. FE215B, this is actually why I love this tank so much, why this tank is my #1 favorite vehicle in this game. Gun is simply magical. 2800, close to 2900 damage per minute. Damage is the same, penetration same, reload time 8.33 second, aiming time 1.63 second aiming time, accuracy better. Shell ammunition capacity, yes, 35. I ran out of ammunition quite often, but this damage output is simply mad. Speed is actually the same, a little bit better power to weight ratio on FE. Top speed and reverse speed and engine are exactly the same, so most likely those two tanks are using exactly the same engine as well. Gun elevation, gun depression, same. Yeah, gun elevation was really bad on FE as well. On some maps like on mines, you couldn't shoot up the hill and so on in close range. Turret, frontally at least, is going to be better on Super Conqueror, but side turret armor on FE was really awesome as well, as we can see, 152. And hull armor most likely is the same. So 152, let's see. How high can it go? Yeah, around 250 millimeters effective armor. You can still bounce stuff. A little bit more HP on FE, view range 10 meters better, but all the rest of the things are pretty much the same, yeah. So, this is our old tier 10 British heavy tank, and Super Conqueror is going to be our next. What do you think, guys? Are you sad? I am actually not too sad, because I'm able to keep my FE215B and I get one extra tier 10 for free, pretty much. So I am not sad about that, but most likely I am still going to enjoy my FE215B a little bit more. But once again, let me know what you think about SC. And now let's move on into the next topic. And my next topic is M4A2 Sherman Loza, tier 6 Soviet Russian premium medium tank, upcoming premium medium tank. I was actually expecting this tank, because I started playing War Thunder as well around 2 weeks ago, and I saw that this tank was already over there under the Soviet Tech 3. M4A2 Sherman was already in War Thunder, and voila! So this is pretty much yet another Sherman in World of Tanks premium version. How many Shermans we have, guys? We have Jumbo, we have M4 Sherman, we have Easy 8, we have M4A1 Revolores, we have Fury, we have, what was it, like not Firefly. There was something else, some other Sherman as well, and now, oh yeah, Thunderbolt, I remember now. And now we get one Sherman into the Soviet Tech tree as well. From the pictures, as you can see, this is exactly like a Sherman, just driving under a Russian flag. And quickly let's go over some specs as well, which are pretty much the same to any other tier 6 premium Sherman. Hit points 750, gun same 76mm gun, M4A2. Shell types AP, APCR and HE, penetration 128, 177 and 38. Shells average damage 115, 115 and 185. So average damage, aka alpha damage, is quite garbage. That means your reload time has to be fast. And reload time is 3.30 seconds, which is quite fast. Rate of fire 18.18 rounds per minute. Aiming time 2.3 seconds. Average damage per minute 2090 damage per minute. But accuracy 0.4. Man, 0.4 accuracy. Yeah, you are going to miss a lot of shots, or you are going to bounce a lot of shots because you are not able to hit enemy weak spots with 128mm of penetration. Mark my words. Gun depression is really good, as on every single Sherman pretty much, minus 10 degrees and 25 degrees of gun elevation, so you can be kind of an AA with that gun elevation, AAA. I mean, hull traverse speed is 44 and turret 38 degrees per second. Top speed 51.4 kilometers per hour and reverse speed is 18 kph. Hull armor 63.5 millimeters thick in the front, sides 38.1 and rear 38.1 as well. Turret is exactly the same, but turret is all around 63.5 millimeters thick, which is kind of interesting. But this tank, as on every single Sherman, has gun mantle. Most likely this is not counted as turret armor. I hope so, at least. Weight is 34.1 tons, engine power 410 horsepower engine, that gives this vehicle a 12.0 power to weight ratio, which is really bad for a medium tank in my opinion. View range is 370 meters and this tank has 5 crew members, which is kind of odd in my opinion, because every single high tier Soviet vehicle, let's say starting from tier 8 or starting from tier 7, has 4 crew members. So you have to start training one of your crew members on your own. I think so. Radio operator maybe is new guy in this tank. But yes, M4A2 Sherman Loza in World of Tanks, coming into the World of Tanks, most likely with some kind of special event, I believe. And why this vehicle is named Loza is because Dmitry Fedorovich Loza was the commander of a Lend-Lease Sherman that fought during World War II for the Soviet Union. And this is going to be kind of a special vehicle thanks to that. But guys, I believe I am done with today's news episode, talking about Super Conqueror and upcoming M4A2 Sherman Loza as well. So if you are kind of a tank collector, that Loza might be something for you, but I really do not know why you should get this tank. Like, we have so many premium tanks, Russian premium medium tanks already in this game. Now we get tier 6 one, where we have already many premium Russian premium medium tanks. So I believe this is going to be tank collector's tank. But guys, I thank you for your time. Thank you for spending your time with me in today's episode, watching today's episode. I catch you next time. Stay awesome and bye.